The Chinook's blades thump through the frigid night air, cutting through clouds at 10,000 feet. Inside, Captain Mark Nooch, 32, lean and steely-eyed, checks his M4 carbine for the 10th time. His team, a mix of Green Berets averaging 8 years of combat experience, sits shoulder to shoulder, faces smeared with camo paint. They've trained for this, but nothing prepares you for the real drop into hell. Tiger 2, this is Night Stalker 1-1, approaching DZ Alpha. Weather's turning, visibility's crap, you're green in 30 seconds. Crackles the pilot's voice over the headset. The drop zone is a rocky plateau in the Mazar-e-Sharif Valley, a Taliban stronghold 100 miles south of Mazar-i-Sharif. Intelligence is sketchy. Satellites show enemy patrols, but no one knows how many. The team's gear clanks, radios, laser designators, and enough ammo to start a small war. No Humvees, no drones, just them, their wits, and a handshake deal with a warlord they've never met. The ramp drops. Wind howls in. Mark nods, and they leap into the black. Boots hit gravel at 0003. Instantly they're crouched, scanning 360 degrees. Then the distant pop, pop, pop of AK-47s. The Taliban knows something's up. Tiger 2 to base, we're in, moving to link up, out. Mark whispers into the radio, voice steady despite the adrenaline spike. These 12 Green Berets of ODA 595 are the first U.S. forces on the ground in Afghanistan, spearheading America's war against the Taliban. Enter ODA 595, 12 men tasked to infiltrate, ally with Northern Alliance warlord General Abdul Rashid Dostum, and dismantle the enemy's sanctuary. The stakes are apocalyptic. Avenge, cripple the Taliban, stop the next attack. This isn't rehearsal, it's vengeance, and the clock's merciless. 2 hours later, they're trekking through a moonless ravine when dust kicks up ahead. Hooves pound the earth. Dostum's cavalry, 50 riders strong, emerges like ghosts. The general, a bear of a man with a scarred face and a Soviet-era AK slung over his shoulder, sizes up Mark. No pleasantries, just a gravelly demand through a translator. You bring bombs, we bring fight. The plan's insane. A horseback assault across rugged terrain to hit Taliban positions. The Green Berets haven't ridden since training, but there's no choice. Vehicles can't navigate these mountains. Dostum's men hand over wiry Afghan ponies, stinking of sweat and dust. Mark mounts up, wincing as the saddle bites into his thighs. The team follows, weapons strapped tight. Tiger 2 to Overlord, we've linked with Dostum. Moving on objective Cobra, enemy stronghold grid 3792, request air support on standby. Mark radios, eyes locked on the horizon where muzzle flashes flicker. Geopolitics hangs heavy here. The Northern Alliance, a loose coalition of Uzbek and Tajik fighters, hates the Taliban, but they're no saints. Dostum's a wild card, accused of war crimes, yet he's the Pentagon's best shot at a ground ally. The U.S. needs Mazar-i-Sharif, a strategic hub to choke Taliban supply lines. Dawn cracks over the valley as 12 Americans, 200 Afghans, crests a ridge. Below, objective Cobra sprawls, a mud-walled compound bristling with Taliban fighters, RPGs, and Soviet DSHK machine guns. Mark glassed the target through binoculars, at least 300 hostiles. They're outnumbered 10 to 1. Tiger 2 to Overlord, we've got eyes on Cobra, heavy enemy presence, requesting B-52 strike, coordinates incoming, he barks. Lasering the compound with the designator. Minutes later, the sky rumbles. 2 B-52s orbiting 30,000 feet above unleash JDAMs, 2,000-pound precision bombs. The ground erupts in fire and dust, shredding Taliban defenses. Shrapnel pings off rocks. Dostum's men cheer, but Mark knows it's not over. Move! Move! Flank left, he shouts, spurring his horse forward. The team charges, hooves thundering, as Taliban survivors regroup. AK fire rakes the ridge. A Green Beret, Staff Sergeant Bob Pennington, takes a grazing shot to the arm but keeps riding, popping rounds from his M4. The Afghans sweep right, drawing fire while the Americans dismount and push forward on foot. Mark spots a machine gun pinning them down. He grabs a law rocket, aims, fires. A streak of smoke, then a fireball. The gun goes silent. Tiger 2 to Overlord, Cobra soften, we're taking it, he reports, voice hoarse from dust and shouting. They've seized Cobra, but the Taliban counterattacks. Waves of fighters pour from nearby villages. RPGs scream overhead, blasting craters in the earth. Dostum's men hold the perimeter, but they're faltering. Ammo's low, morale's lower. Mark huddles with his comms guy, Sergeant Paul Evans. Overlord, this is Tiger 2. Enemies massing. Estimate 500 plus. We need close air support. Danger close. Now! Tiger 2, this is Overlord. A-10's inbound. ETA 3 mics. Hold tight. The reply crackles. 3 minutes feels like forever. The team digs in behind a crumbling wall, trading shots with Taliban snipers. Then, a low growl overhead. A-10 warthogs swoop in, 30mm cannons spitting death. The ground shakes as enemy lines dissolve into red mist. Mark wipes sweat from his eyes, heart pounding, but it's not clean. An errant strafing run clips Dostum's flank. Friendly casualties. The general storms over, livid, shoving Mark. "Your planes kill my men," he roars. Mark stands firm. "We finish this or we all die here." Tense seconds pass. Dostum nods, grudgingly. Night falls as the push continues toward Mazar-i-Sharif. The team's been awake 36 hours, running on adrenaline and MREs. Taliban resistance stiffens, ambushes and IEDs. A blast rocks the column. 2 of Dostum's riders go down, horses screaming. Mark's radio man, Evans, takes shrapnel to the leg but waves off help, still calling in strikes. Tiger 2 to Overlord, we're 2 clicks from Mazar. Enemies dug in, tanks, artillery, requesting everything you've got, Mark pleads. Back at CENTCOM, Lieutenant General John Mulholland, 5th Special Forces Group Commander, watches the live feed. This is the tipping point. Lose Mazar and the war drags on for years. He greenlights a full-spectrum barrage, B-1 bombers, F-18s, AC-130 gunships. The sky lights up like Armageddon. On the ground, Mark leads the final charge. Horses gallop through smoke and tracer fire. A Taliban T-55 tank lumbers into view. Mark marks it with a laser. Seconds later, a Hellfire missile from a Predator drone turns it into scrap. The team breaches Mazar's outskirts at 1922. Dostum's cavalry mopping up stragglers. Tiger 2 to Overlord. Mazar's ours. Repeat, Mazar's ours. Mark rasps, voice breaking with exhaustion. November 10th, 2001. Mazar-i-Sharif falls, the first major Taliban city to collapse. ODA 595's 21-day blitz, dubbed the Horse Soldier's Mission, rewrites the playbook. They've ridden 80 miles, fought on horseback, and coordinated 400-plus airstrikes, killing thousands of Taliban fighters. The cost? 0 American KIA, though Pennington and Evans limp home wounded. Dostum loses dozens, cementing his loyalty and leverage with the U.S. The ripple effects are seismic. Taliban morale craters. Northern Afghanistan opens to coalition forces. Al-Qaeda's safe haven shrinks. Bin Laden's network scrambling. Back home, the Pentagon touts a win. Proof the U.S. can hit back fast and hard, but it's not clean. Civilian deaths from airstrikes spark outrage in Kabul and beyond. Dostum's brutal tactics, executions, mass graves, taint the victory, foreshadowing the messy alliances ahead. In Washington, Mulholland briefs the Joint Chiefs. This was unconventional warfare at its rawest. Those 12 men turned the tide. Mark, now a folk hero, downplays it. We did our job. That's it. The world watches, stunned. A superpower strikes back on horseback, like something out of history's dusty pages. But the war's just begun. Mazar's fall is a spark, not a firebreak. Afghanistan's chaos will swallow more lives, more years, more dreams. For now, though, Tiger 2 stands triumphant. 12 men who rode into the abyss and came out swinging.